Good morning. It is currently 6:56 a.m. on Monday, May 11th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up, more or less, and this is 5 more minutes. I say more or less just because I've sat here for a half hour trying to think about what I should talk about today. I don't know. It's just one of those days. Everything seems dumb. I don't mean that in any sort of a broader, like, depressive, like, the world sucks way. Just like, I just couldn't. I want these videos, ideally, to be interesting and engaging, and sometimes just seems like anything I could think of is like, sure, I could ramble about that for 5 minutes, but is that the best thing that I could talk about today? Is it? Is it? And the answer, generally speaking, feels like it's always no. But then at some point, if I'm just sort of mentally shooting down every single idea that I come up with, then what happens is I sit here for half an hour not recording my 5 minute video, the entire point of which, I mean, the whole idea of the 5 minutes everyday thing is that it's supposed to force me to just do it. Just do it. Don't endlessly debate what it should be about and, what I should talk about. It's just like, just do it, just get it out, just push it. And so I guess it's still those same instincts that the whole project was meant to combat that sometimes hamper the production of this. That's not even what I was intending to talk about when I pressed record just now. I was thinking I could mention how in preparation for, there's a Marvel Comics is currently undergoing a big, universe shakeup thing called Secret Wars, which is not the first time they've done Secret Wars. And using my Marvel Unlimited subscription, where you have access to this huge backlog of digital comics to read for free, I've been reading through all of the stories that are labeled in the storyline of the original Secret Wars, which took place back in either 1983 or 1984. I feel like I've seen conflicting information on that, and it's not actually obvious from the issues themselves. But I've already read like 10 comics that are tagged Secret Wars before actually getting to Secret Wars #1. And they're doing a lot of setup, and I feel like they were perhaps a little bit overzealous in tagging, but I suppose they want to be thorough, just because a whole lot of these early issues that I'm reading are just like an issue of X-Men where they're dealing with a wholly unrelated adventure, and Professor X in one panel will just go, huh? Oh, I just detected a weird alien pulse of unknown origin. That was weird. And then that's it. That's all the Secret Wars tie-in that's in that whole issue. And it's not like I'm resenting the idea of like, why'd you make me read a comic? I mean, that's kind of a dumb thing to complain about. But it's also true that the only reason I picked that comic is because it's supposedly a Secret Wars tie-in, and that wasn't much of one. Secret Wars, or, reading these comics from the 80s is definitely interesting. I'm not going to do an exhaustive review of any specific issue right now, but it's certainly true just of the 9 or 10 of them that I've read so far like this. There definitely is a lot more focus on everybody's feelings in a very teenage way. It's one thing to say that, almost any superhero comic is going to be, at some level, about the feelings of the character. I mean, one of the things that's always attracted me to Spider-Man as a hero is just this idea of Peter Parker and just him, having to deal with the stresses of real life while also trying to be a superhero. But what I'm sensing in a lot of the issues that I've read so far, which include, some X-Men issues, some Avengers issues, Mighty Thor, New Mutants. There's a lot of just like, oh, if only I could live a normal life. Oh, I don't want to marry this ugly Morlock from the sewer and live down in his subterranean realm, but there was that one time where he helped me and I promised to stay with him forever because that was the thing that happened apparently, and now I must keep my word because that's the sort of person I am. And a lot of just this very stuff that feels like young adult romance stuff. Well, and even when I say young adult romance, I don't even mean like young adult romance that like might be written today. I mean, I feel like it's just this very fraught, over heightened emotion that I'm not even complaining as much as I just find it interesting. Also, the books are very talky. It'll be 24 pages and like 3 of them have any action at all on them, and the rest is people talking endlessly. Now, I'm generally okay with dialogue-heavy comics, but it does seem like a different balance than today. All right, well, so look at that. All it took was to just hit record and just start talking, and it works. Who would have thought? Glad I sat here for half an hour this morning. All right, so remember, you can find all my stuff at christianaellis.com. The latest audio and video episodes of Talking About Survivor are both up now. And then also the next episode of Beyond the Wall, the Game of Thrones podcast that I do with specficmedia.com, will be recording live on Wednesday night, so you can join us for that. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.